You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, this is something that happened just about 4 hours south of me. In fact, right down there where John Matrix is. And it involves a former NFL player, guy that played 2 seasons, Redskins, Niners, as a tight end. He has now been sentenced for the murder, the killing of his girlfriend. By the way, he burnt her body. Yeah. And this was a big deal. I did this original video covering this over on the big channel when this first started to percolate. All right, you see that headline right there. Former NFL player and boyfriend of missing Spring woman, Spring, Texas, arrested for warrant unrelated to disappearance. All right, he had been arrested, and at the time, she was missing. All right, the former NFL tight end was picked up on a warrant for failing to report for bond supervision in the last 2 months for previous charges of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and possession with intent to deliver controlled substances in Montgomery County. Law enforcement officers told KPRC2 investigates they want to question him about the disappearance of 29-year-old Taylor Pomoski, all right, or Pomoski. Loved ones of Pomoski said she was last seen April 26 at a house party in Spring. That's her, or that was her. All right, that was her. At the time, they spoke to Eric Ziegler, a former boyfriend of Pomoski. Immediately following Ware's arrest, Ziegler said he's been in contact with Pomoski's mother since the disappearance, and the family viewed Ware as the only person that had real answers to the disappearance. Now, in case you're wondering right here, that is him wearing a Niners uniform right there, all right? And you can see that right here, and, of course, there's the scumbag in court. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, this was heinous. This guy was just a cup of coffee guy, 16 games, 2 starts, all right? 26 career yards. So, he, of course, was arrested, convicted of her murder, and he has now gotten 30 years, all right? And he did plead guilty to this, by the way. And just 30 years, we couldn't have given this guy the death sentence. Former NFL tight end has been sentenced to 30 years behind bars for murdering his girlfriend in the Houston area in 2021. On Wednesday, Kevin Ware Jr., 41, reached a deal with prosecution in exchange for a guilty plea. Good God. A former tight end for the Washington Redskins and the 49ers, Ware was charged with murder in connection with the death of his girlfriend, 29-year-old Taylor Pomoski. According to investigators, Pomoski was last seen on April 25th of 2021 at a party at her home. Authorities said Pomoski disappeared under suspicious circumstances. On July 28th, Jesus, wow. On July 28th of the same year, Ware was indicted for murder and tampering with evidence, especially a corpse. This guy was demented, folks. Especially a corpse in connection with the death of his girlfriend. Human remains found in December of 2021 was identified as 29-year-old Pomoski. Days after Pomoski went missing, Ware was arrested on drugs and weapons charges in Montgomery County. I just showed that to you a minute ago. He was released on bond but arrested again June 11, 2021 in Harris County for failing to appear in court and check in with the probation office. Jesus, man, he's a stellar winner, was he not? Investigators said Ware was in possession of a firearm during that arrest. Court documents revealed that Pomoski was killed, stating that the former NFL player, quote, cut her with a knife hit her with a blunt object, strangled her, and then burned her corpse. Jesus. And we can only get this guy 30 years and play let's make a deal with him. This doesn't shock me down there with their politics. Wow. It's unbelievable. In case you're wondering, in Texas, we do still have the death penalty here. So you notice it did not say anything about 30 years without the chance of parole. All right, it did not say that. And in fact, let me see how old this Joker is. He's 44 years old, so he could get out when he's 74 years old. But we know how this goes. If he's got the eligibility for parole, yikes. I mean, he could very well still get out and be young enough to commit another heinous act of some sort. I mean, it's realistic to think this guy could theoretically get out when he's 60 or 65 years old. He's 6'3", like 259 pounds. I mean, that's crazy to me. You can take one look at him and tell he's a total scumbag. So, wow, it's crazy. This is Texas. All right, but down there, you got leftist politics involved. I can tell you right now, just like with a lot of these urban areas, unfortunately, you're going to see softer on crime bullshit go down, and guys like this guy could very well end up walking one day amongst us free. I mean, think about that a minute. Absolutely unbelievable. It really is. So he strangled her. Wait, he cut her with a knife, hit her with a blunt object. Jesus. He strangled her and then burnt the corpse. This guy was a psycho. I mean, honestly, he was a total and complete psycho, and obviously he had a weapon on him, former drug charges, former NFL player, total scumbag. Again, and I understand this guy had not played in a long while, but they need to do a study to figure out what the hell's going on with these guys in the National Football League and domestic violence. And I mean, it's nuts. It really is. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.